Welcome to Study Break. We are leveling up in between sessions.
Yeah, we have a lot of experience now.
Huh?
We do.
I thought you were like XP, but like experience. Yeah, no, y'all have gone through.
I meant our characters.
I was like,
have,
we're
done a
doing
lot of
milestones.
in-depth
Also, that was kind of a crazy way to end an
We've
episode.
been battling foes.
What was a crazy way to end it?
Oh, I don't know. A demon going up into flames.
Yeah, and disappearing.
And then
we said,
Yeah.
okay, bye.
And then killing people and then being like, deuces. And then we said, we're just going to make jokes.
Sawyer's been looking forward to her first day of school for her whole life, and now she just saw like her new friends' parents' grisly murder and their corpses.
You
So
consider
she's-
Big P a friend? I consider him kind of like a kid we babysit.
That's a friend.
Okay.
That's a friend.
That's a friend. You also, Sawyer is very like, since she has two older sisters, I think like the idea of being like a good like older like sibling or friend to someone is like very important to her, that she does a good job.
Yeah.
So she is definitely, she's taking this one hard, I think.
I feel bad because somebody's going to have to break it to Big P.
Oh God.
Oh.
Right? Like, we're going to spend this whole time being like, we got to get Big P back. And then, like, once we finally find him.
We're gonna be like, oh, by the way, your parents are dead.
No, you know the first thing out of that little guy's mouth is going to be like, I miss my mom and dad.
We're gonna be like,
Stop.
sorry
That would
about
be-
that.
Yeah. that'd be
Can't wait to
tough.
go home to Pepsi and Cola.
Pepsi and Cola.
Pepsi and Cola. Y'all didn't even give them the right amount of respect.
Yeah, that
Pelly-
is
No.
on
Yeah.
us.
Those
Killing-
are
killing-
terms of endearment.
I will
Yeah.
say I was
Pelly?
this close from saying Pepsi and Cola are dead. And I said,
Ooh.
Pepsi and Cola.
Bad.
are
exactly.
dead.
I see. It's I
Bad.
know how to control myself.
Yeah.
And what should be kept in my head sometimes.
Okay. What about what are some of the new abilities that y'all have now that we're third level? We start getting into more like specialties with our classes.
Class size.
Something I've been excited for is my meta magic as a sorcerer. I can now use my sorcery points on things that actually matter. So I've got there's a ton of meta magic things you can choose from, but I chose Careful Spell, which is I can spend a sorcery point to allow up to 3 creatures to automatically succeed on the saving throw of a spell I cast, which is really useful when you're casting those like
Area of
sphere or cube like space ones, because some of those are really cool, but it's like
and
I
you never
don't want to
end up
hit my
casting
friend.
them.
I never
Yeah,
cast
exactly.
it. I never even put them on the sheet because I don't want to hit you guys. And then when you cast a spell that has a casting time of 1 action, you can spend 2 sorcery points. This is Quicken Spell to change the casting time to 1 bonus action, so I can like spend points to do like 2 spells in one go.
Yeah.
Which would be nice if I'm like a couple hit points down and like want to cast False Life on myself, or if I'm down and I just want to get some damage out quick, or like
Yeah. Well, to actually use those sorcery points in a way that matters, I feel like just always feels good.
I also I've got so many more spells now, and the sorcerer spells are so much fun.
How many did you get?
I have access to all the level 2 spells now that I'm level 3.
Yeah.
So there's just so many. It's so much fun.
How many
I
spell
can't even list them
slots?
all. I have 4 first level spells now and 2 second level spells.
That's goated.
slots. Yeah. It's really nice.
Yeah, well, Beans is a barbarian monk multi-class, but I'm going to be heavy on monk, low on barbarian. And I finally got my key points that I thought I had at level 1 that I do not, or did not.
Do you get them at level 2 then?
Yeah, so I have 2 key points now to use.
Okay.
I have Action Surge.
Oh.
Nice. It's back.
And that's all I get. Sawyer is 1 class of Bard, which I probably will just leave alone because I like her to have that team captain, like a playable element to it. And then I'll be leveling up Fighter. I get Action Surge, and we just had a long rest. So
Holy shit, my walk speed went up by 10 feet.
you're serious?
Yeah. You start to move.
You're so
Yeah,
a lot.
so now I can go 40 feet, and then when I do feline, I can go 80 feet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Out of my way, nerds. Yeah,
That's zooming.
I get Flurry of Blows, and then Patient Defense, which I can take the dodge action as a bonus action, or
That's
Step
so
of the
good.
Wind.
Okay, Monk seems kind of like is Flurry of
Goated?
Blows similar to Action Surge?
Yes.
Like, why do people take Fighter over Monk? Other than like obviously like
Fighter over monk.
Because it fits the character better.
Yeah, I mean, fighters, like, I think in Action Surge, you get, like, 2 full... Like, you, like, get to compound how many more attacks you get. I think Flurry of Blows might stay at... It's just you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action. After I take the attack action. I
So
mean,
it's not really as weapon based.
Yeah, it's like, because monks are more like they can use their hands.
I just love how Beans fights because
Also-
all his unarmed strikes, he still has his claws.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
that's-
like a whole other weapon.
that's
Also,
what-
fighters do like they're kind of more like damage based and more like damage sponges
heavy hit.
too, whereas
Yeah.
monks are more of like moving around. Like monks are really for battle maps and stuff like that. That's where they really excel.
That makes sense.
It's like they're not going to hit them super hard, but they are going to hit them more often than not.
Just to clarify, that was no hate to fighters. I'm literally playing a fighter, and I love it so much. And
Fighters are good.
But that's what
they
I
are
think
really. They're surprising. I was like, oh, like Sawyer would be a fighter. Like when I was making her character, I was like, this is what she would
Tabaxi?
be. And then I realized how cool it was.
a Tabaxi monk build is kind of goated because the cat claws
Oh,
are
yeah.
Yeah.
unarmed
You get another more.
strikes,
Yeah.
And so they're a bit more than...
Yeah. That's
Yeah, they're a D6 instead of a D4 to use my claws instead of just like my fist.
And you're just super fast.
And you're just zooming, yeah.
What about Morgan? What'd you get?
So I am a druid rogue, and I leveled up my druid level, and I got a lot. So here we go. I got wild shape added, so now I can wild shape twice. I can stay in my wild shape for up to an hour unless I fall unconscious or to 0 hit points. So that's pretty nice. I get my druid circle, which I'm in between druid circle of forest or druid circle of wildfire. Because, like, in forest, here, I'll explain these. These are fun. In forest, I can, at 3rd level, I can do bark skin and spider climb. 5th level, I can call lightning and plant growth. 7th level, I get divination and freedom of movement. 9th, it's commune with nature and tree slide. But so here's the other half of my character, right? The wildfire spells are burning hands and cure wounds, flaming sphere and scorching ray. Plant growth and revivify, aura of life, fire shield, and then flame strike and mass cure wounds.
Cool.
I feel like I might go with that one.
I feel like the wildfire like matches the character that you've been role playing better.
Yeah.
Like you do these bonfires and like she is a little like sporadic. I feel like that plays in more. But that's not to say that you can't pick the other one and, you know, let that influence how you play her from now on too.
I also got another cantrip and another spell slot. So now I can do 3 spells and 3 cantrips. I also got a new rogue skill in persuasion, and then my expertise is animal handling and thieves tools.
How'd you level up in Rogue too?
I didn't. I just actually chose my proficiencies this time. And I forgot to last time. So
Okay. Yeah, that matters.
That'll
yeah,
make a
that would
difference.
It's a big difference.
So I went in and chose my things, which made a big difference.
Good for you.
to my
Yeah, that's
character.
really good.
Hey.
So now I have more things.
Yay.
That's what this is about, learning. I might be crazy. I thought druids kind of stay at 2 cantrips because you are a spellcaster, so like you have the other spell slots.
Yeah, but it had.
Maybe that's warlocks. I could be confusing.
Well, I don't know. The Druid Circle, when I did Circle of Forest and
Oh, the
added it on
warlocks
here
have
to look
more.
at it, it added a cantrip.
Warlocks are like the opposite.
Oh yeah,
They
warlocks
a
have like
ton
4
of-
cantrips, but only 2 spell slots.
They have like a ton of cantrips and then like 2 spell slots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because what's their cantrip?
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, and it's goaded.
It's a really good cantrip.
Oh,
I'm just that guy.
I can summon a wildfire spirit now, which is different. The spirit manifests for an hour.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah, and it has 15 hit points.
Oh fuck yeah. Is that more than you? Just sorry.
It
No, I
manifests.
have 21 now. Thank you.
Sorry. I have 28 now.
It appears and it says, we're so lucky that everything works out for us.
That's good.
Don't ever call me squishy. I got 23 hit points right now, baby.
Oh,
Let's
fuck
go.
yeah.
I'm squishy.
How do you
Yeah.
have so many? Are you wearing armor?
Because
oh wait,
I
no,
like
that's
I
I
made
see.
sure that her constitution was really high this time, and she's also
Oh.
draconic
yeah.
bloodline.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
She has that added AC.
I do think it's so funny that Beans is still the tank of the group because of that one level of barbarian.
Yeah. Everyone's like, yeah, just hit this guy.
Yeah. That guy can take it.
I thought about adding armor this time around, but I feel like that would be totally against being a druid because all the armor is like.
There's actually arguments that druids can't wear armor because there's something I disagree with this. I'm going to preface that, but there's something in their writing that it's like they can't wear. It's like
anything
like animal.
that is like writing, like
it's not even just animal. It's like they can't wear like silver shit. Well, I know they can't wear. They're not supposed to
That's
wear
fucking
leather.
stupid.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like even if you did wear
I
leather,
say womp womp.
like, well, that's like
I'll
saying
also say womp womp.
that either that like every druid is vegan, which like
Yeah.
that
But also, like
I forgot.
you can, in my opinion, you could be an ethical druid who does kill animals if you honor
Yeah.
them and then
Well,
use every
yeah.
piece of them, which means that you would have leather armor.
Yeah, that feels more accurate. to
My
me.
original concept for Kira, which is another character that I play who's a druid, was that she was going to be like, I might have told you this before, she was going to be really like ferocious and like almost carnivorous.
Yeah.
And but it'd be like have that thing of like where it's like that's part of the circle of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Predators have to
Yeah.
exist. And so like I think if I'd gone that route, she would have been very used to people being like, "Oh my god, like what?" Like, you know,
Yeah.
she would have had this like necklace of teeth and like all this stuff. Like she was sort of like a, I don't know, like not what you would expect to see in a
Yeah.
druid.
yeah, I'm always for I don't know like what it is. It's like flavor over mechanic or over the writing of
Yeah.
just like play what you want to play, and like if the book helps it, then it helps it. But if you want to go against something, if you have the perfect race or the perfect class, and it has all these things that are like, yes, I want that, but it has one thing that you're like, I just like don't want to play like that. It's like, okay, well, you can change it.
Yeah.
I also think it works for Circle of
Exactly.
Wildfire, like wildfires or like volcanic explosions. The ecosystem like is like wiped out and then it like
Rebirth.
resurges
Yeah.
stronger sometimes or differently at least.
Yeah, fire is
So-
like destructive, but it's a necessary part of like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's
most ecosystems.
Yeah, there's certain like trees that don't spread their seeds until they're like met with high heat and then they burst. It's like a
Yeah.
lot of the like
That's so
conifers
poetic.
that have like cones on them.
Mm-hmm.
They only burst when they are under fire.
Jared, be honest, did you think we were stupid during last episode?
No, I thought I was like, seriously, I was like, oh fuck, where did I fuck up? Like,
No, I unfortunately do think that was us.
Yeah.
That was.
I think if your party knows exactly what you want them to do, you know.
but also, I mean,
there's
it was
definitely a healthy amount of freedom.
it was.
We needed to get there.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Well, this
And
is
then we're like-
before I've like even listened back to it and edited it. I'm sure that there is a lot of times where the conversation like goes in a circle a lot, and I
I
think
think we also didn't know it. We were like somebody was saying something and then we would all be like, "Huh?"
yeah, there was like
Yeah.
there was definitely like 20 minutes of conversation that like in total that probably just can be cut out.
Yeah, like I don't.
down to one final.
The
like,
total
But us
like
being like, "Okay, yeah, let's go to the tent."
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, we have no idea how much made it in there, but just know
true.
that like it was a solid 20 minutes
We
of us
spent a long
figuring out to
time.
go
30.
back.
Like just
30
imagine the
was-
four of
Oh
us
my
like
gosh.
walking in circles
and
in
then
the
going,
sand.
what are we supposed to do? And then Jared going, roll insight. And I think
Well-
what we rolled, like, I think maybe I had a 19, but I feel
all
like at
rolled
one point it was like a 9. And he
So,
was like, I gotta get
role-playing
originally-
furiously.
I was gonna be like, y'all go in there, and then and again this is on me. I should have had like more question, like more obvious questions that like she knows something, because in my mind I was like, whenever she calls him like the Briar Knight, it's like, what the fuck do you know? But y'all are more of like, oh, like you're wise and like you
Yeah.
know more than us.
Yeah, Camp.
That a lot of times that's Esta's like.
Well, that's
she's
what I
not,
thought
like,
Also,
too.
you
And
rolled,
I-
like Sawyer
Suspicious.
rolled really bad. Like I didn't wasn't aware, I guess, during that scene, and so I didn't want to metagame as myself and be
Yeah.
like, it's definitely a changeling because like
Yeah.
Sawyer didn't know what the heck was going on.
I was
Yeah.
so suspicious, but
You
I
were.
could
You were
not.
right to be
I could not
suspicious.
convince anybody. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
we
You were
should go
totally right
back.
to
We
be
should go back.
suspicious.
I was like, oh well, I'll
Yeah.
follow the group until
That's
everybody
the thing
decides.
about Morrigan, and she's like naturally more suspicious.
Yeah,
she's
so- and we
she's
just
like,
are
let's
like,
go to
no.
the tent, and
Yeah.
we're all like, that immediately sounds like a bad idea.
yeah.
You like,
and I was like, it'll be fun.
because like,
me
we
and
all
like
Sawyer-
to hit her,
like,
and I was
trust-
like,
trust
no.
issues.
Me and Sawyer
Yeah.
are little goody two shoes, and then like
I was like, I don't wanna get in
Beans is
trouble.
like, I'm trying not to
Well,
get in trouble
I-
anymore.
Beans didn't follow the social cues of like not going into someone's house. Beans was like, all right, I go.
I go
Going
in.
in.
I fully expected, because so in my mind I thought that y'all were gonna like be like, oh, okay, like what's wrong with her? And then also she like went into the corner to like talk to something,
I know.
and then
I was gonna ask about that, and then I said, no, I glazed
she's just a
over it.
weird old lady.
Yeah, she's just a weird old.
I was like, she's an elder. There's certainly somebody up there.
And then And then you guys didn't know anything super special. I'm like talking around it because there's like plot to know. Like y'all didn't know anything that was of interest to her or that like endangered what that creature wanted. So she just let y'all go and like didn't want to cause any more fuss because there are 4 of y'all. And
Yeah, I guess it could have been way worse if
If
we revealed something.
yeah, if she caught y'all off guard, then she probably could have like done some damage. But still, she was like, all right, I'll just let him go. And then I'll just like, do whatever happens. I mean, y'all still don't know like what happens while y'all were gone. But, and then y'all were just kind of like milling about. And then y'all,
Okay.
I was like, are they going to go back to their cottage and like long rest? And I was like, they're going to wake up and
It was a
Miss
strong
Gray,
possibility.
Elder Sori, and the parents are going to be dead. And I was like, they're taking so long. I was like, I have to kill someone.
No, so if we had hurried up,
Yes.
they wouldn't be dead.
No, they would have all lived.
I knew it.
Our
but
fault.
tell
I knew
Casey.
Yeah, they would have all lived. And then,
We're so lucky that Sawyer doesn't know about this because she would never forgive herself.
and then,
Now it's gonna come back at some point in the game and be like, they would have all lived if you would have just gotten back.
because I knew I wanted to end the episode of like y'all about to go to Frogmont, and I was like, who the hell like picks them up? And I was like, I guess like someone can just like know to sail out. Like Sapphire seems to know what the hell's going on, so like y'all can probably she'll be like, oh, let's go, or like somebody would help. Like it would have been totally on the rails, like, which would have been fun, like who knows. But I was like, if they go to sleep, I'm gonna have to kill all those people like in the building.
God.
But then luckily it was just
It was also it was a fun fight. That sounds
Yeah.
weird, but
yeah. Well, I tried to make it quick.
cool enemy.
I
I know it's
Do a lot of
wasn't-
damage in a short amount of
I
time.
kept expecting us to him to poison us with his
Yeah.
tail. I was just excited because Sawyer is resistant to. She's a stout halfling, so she's resistant to
Yeah.
poison damage.
So
So
you
I was
went.
waiting for it to try to poison me and be like, "Sucker!"
Sucker. I think what's important about team or like enemies in this kind of format, especially like either podcast or performing D&D, but also just for fun sakes, you got to have like glass cannons kind of enemies who are strong and will fuck you up, but also like you can fuck them up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think in the second episode, like that battle was super long. I mean, we were just kind of like running around doing whatever, but it was just so long that you get tired of it after a while, especially if you're not doing anything like on a board
Yeah.
or anything.
Yeah. Well, kind of going back to your interrogation, as somebody who has DM'd like interrogation moments, I've learned and being on the other side of it, it's so hard as a player because you were trying to like make sure if you're trying to keep something secret or like respond deceptively, it's so hard to like try to save your own ass that you are not paying attention to like what they're
Yeah.
telling you.
Yeah.
You're more focusing on like how can I need a good response to them because I think that's why I missed out on it, and that's what I've learned when I DM'd. Like interrogation sessions, like they don't get anything from it other than I'm
Yeah.
trying to not get fucked up.
All right. Any other questions before we end this?
I just want everybody to know that if you forget to do your expertise and proficiencies, it kind of fucks up your skills a lot.
Oh yeah. No, expertise.
PSA
Holy shit.
from
Just-
Gals and Goblins.
If
a
you're new to
PSA.
this,
Because now I have a +7 to
Yeah.
animal handling,
yeah,
which would have really helped in
Saved
the fish
your ass.
race.
Yeah.
that sounds a lot
Would
more
have
correct
been totally
Yeah.
for
different.
what you are.
Yep, I had a +2, and now I have a +7. So just deciding my
Yeah.
abilities.
Yeah.
If you had said I have a +2 as a druid, I would have been like, hang on, are you sure?
That's
Yeah.
weird.
I did it wrong, but I also got another +2 to persuasion now. So
Well,
I
on the
have a
bright side,
+4.
it's gonna seem like your character just like had an amazing night's sleep.
Yeah.
I know.
Sawyer's gonna be
You
like,
guys were rough.
please tell me your nightly routine. Like, how did you do that?
Also, before we sign off, we have to do
Yeah, we didn't.
pluses.
We didn't
Oh, A
flunk
pluses.
anyone.
Let's do that.
I flunk. I flunk us for getting
yeah.
Pepsi and Cola kill.
I do flunk us for being a little stupid for 30
Yeah.
minutes in there.
Oh my god, 30.
I think it was like 30.
It's all our
I
fault
do.
that they
It was
died.
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, I'm flunking y'all for that one too.
Hey,
Okay, well that's
okay, you could have verbalized why you wanted to go back. You didn't say, I think she is not her.
Would have that been metagaming? Because that's what my real brain said, but that's not what Morrigan's brain would have said.
I give Maddie an A+ for having the correct plan
the
from
right
the
instinct.
beginning.
Yeah, I second that.
But I give myself a flunk for literally dying and having to make 2 death saves and rolling a 4 on both.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, yeah, you
that
were
was
like
a little
reliving
scary.
your life was flashing before your eyes.
And like Lily doesn't have any spell slots, so I was like,
I couldn't heal you.
Nobody had any spell slots, so yeah.
it was the
I
good
was-
berries or nothing.
I was already thinking of like, oh, what? Like, I was like, what do I talk about on the 3rd death save? I'm like, before you rolled the 3rd one, because at that point it's like,
Yeah, you gotta-
You would have had to like
You gotta
do
pull
like
it
a
out if
whole
you don't have 'em written.
flashback.
oh yeah,
A+ to Esta for knowing that Beans was a boy.
Yeah,
I thought that was funny because we all went. That was part of our 30 minutes, to be fair.
Yeah. What's your A+?
I'd say almost dying. You almost dying was pretty cool.
That was good. I liked because I kind of know the mechanic that you were doing.
Yeah,
When she did it, and it made me really excited to see it happen, like in gameplay, because it does. It makes it's more, instead of just being like, oh, fail again. Okay, Esta.
Yeah.
Like it makes it then
It
have
makes
to
it
sit with it a little longer, which is like
Mm-hmm.
worse. But I feel like that's what you want. Like if you're about to die, I want everybody at the table to be sad about it.
yeah. Well, it adds.
to know.
That's a thing that
Yeah.
there was an adventuring party they talked about where like the use of dreams and characters being by themselves and like rolling death saves, because death saves, it's moments that like you either skip your turn or you fast forward in game. You need to use those opportunities for like character kind of fleshing out, especially if you get that one negative death save, then it's like, okay, well, we got to start bringing in the flashbacks. Well, especially
We
on that,
gotta
because
start bringing in the child.
if you get in that one, you're done.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
then
That's why, as soon as you rolled that for the second one when your face fell, I was like, oh my god, like that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
just
that
a
was
classic.
bad.
Another
You've been
four.
done
from
for.
here, all of your rolls look like they're ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
anything
lot of
that's a
my rolls
single-
are ones. Don't worry about it. I just have lots of pluses.
Mm-hmm.
I do wish we could have stayed up later, but that's just like me because I always wish I could have stayed up later because I want to talk to because these girls seem so cool. I want to talk to them.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll find time sometime.
I give Beans an A+ for how we killed that demon.
Oh yeah,
thing.
I meant
That
to
was
say
A+.
that.
Yeah, that was
A+
crazy.
for the description.
until it burst into flames and was my father's face
Yeah.
looking.
Is there a resemblance? Is there like would we notice like
Definitely a cat
I mean, it
person.
looks-
is that like,
Like a
racist
cat.
if Sawyer's
A
like he
cat-
looks just like you? Is that your dad?
He's a cat. I mean, you couldn't see his color. They're not the same color as me.
Yeah.
I think Sawyer would say that anyway.
You guys know that there is.
She's a little ignorant.
I mean, here's what you know about Beans: is he was being chased by a demonic knight. A demon attacked, and then whenever the demon died, another cat person grabbed. So you know that they're probably
Related.
Beans are related in that some sense.
I was gonna not bring it up, but yeah, I think Beans.
I'm gonna bring it up whenever we start
Beans is
role-playing next episode.
A+ to Esta and Sawyer's performance.
Oh my god, yeah, that's
yeah.
it. If you didn't come up with anything, that's what I was gonna say.
We
I thought
killed
that was
it.
so funny.
We were so wrapped up in
Athlete, no, Athleto ball.
God is dead.
Athleto ball was so
100 feet
funny.
away.
Ball.
No,
A
Athleto ball was
plus to Athleto
so.
ball.
Athleto ball.
good.
We've got what? Negative crit. No.
Yeah, negative
Negative failure.
Negative failure. Successful crit. No.
No, it was like I don't remember what it was.
But it was funny. And now we've got a
Critical
ball.
20.
It was a critical 20.
Critical 20.
That's the funniest
Athleto
thing
ball.
I've ever heard. Athleto ball.
All right,
That cut Sawyer deep.
We've got
Athleto
lists.
ball.
let's get recorded on the next one, shall we?
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
Bye, study.
Bye. Listen to the next episode. Bye.